This is music from the heartland with songs at the center, celebrating the singer-songwriter, their songs, and their stories. This episode features founding member of the band Souther, Fratianne, touring singer-songwriter Timothy Paul, and Kerrville New Folk finalist Jen Krist. Funding provided by The Ohio State University, James Cancer Hospital, and Solove Research Institute. No two people are exactly alike, and neither are their cancers. At the James, we believe there is no routine cancer. Learn more at cancer.osu.edu/cancer. Funding also provided by Jobs Ohio.
Ohioans take flight.
That's one small step for man.
When innovation is in your DNA, the possibilities are sky high. Ohio, a place to live, learn, work, innovate, play, and fly.
Here's our show's creator and host, Gnezda.
Welcome to Songs at the Center, where we celebrate the singer-songwriter. We're the series that brings you the songs and their stories. We're very happy to be coming to you this time from Newark, Ohio, at the Midland Theater, which opened in 1928 and then was restored and reopened in 2002. We're pleased to have with us on this episode from Michigan, now of Indiana, Jen Krist. From right here in Newark, Ohio, Timothy Paul. And from Columbus, Ohio, Fratianne. Timothy Paul, we're glad to have you here with us on Songs at the Center. Now, your whole family's been involved in music. Your brother's one of the finest guitarists I've ever heard of. You're not bad yourself.
Thank you.
But your uncle, Bud Lee, wrote one of the biggest songs of the 90s, Friends in Low Places, for Garth Brooks, and he's written Who Are You When I'm Not Looking for Blake Shelton, and One Night at a Time by George Strait. So did you grow up in that environment and always look up to him, or was it something you discovered later in life?
No, I discovered it pretty quickly. I didn't have a chance coming out of the womb, you know. What a great role model, but also both of my parents, you know. My mother was a classically trained pianist, and my dad was a honky-tonk musician. So I got
that's
it
a
honest,
mix.
You know? Yeah, I got it honest.
Fascinating story behind Friends in Low Places. They actually wrote it in a bar after they'd run out of money, or at least got the idea then. And Garth Brooks kind of added the third verse himself.
Yeah, it was, I think it was an O'Charlie's, I believe, and they, the bill finally came, and I think somebody maybe forgot their wallet or something and wondered how they were going to pay for it. So the phrase, I've got friends in low places, it kind of derived from that. Yeah.
Would you be kind enough to play us a song?
Great. You know, sometimes we don't know what to say, so we listen, you know. And that's how this song kind of came about. It's called What Love Has to Say.
Girl, come over here and tell me what's on your mind. 'Cause it's not worth holding back, no. What you're feeling tonight, we'll just take it slow and let it lead us wherever it wants to go. We won't stand in its way, no. We'll take a chance and listen to what love has to say. Now that I have you in my arms, you don't have to say a thing, 'cause I'm gonna love you all night long, long after this night is gone. We'll just take it slow, let it lead us wherever it wants to go. We won't stand in its way, no. We'll take a chance and listen to what love has to say. What love has to say. What love has to say.
Timothy Paul, thank you.
Man, it coming from a line of musicians and singers and songwriters has really helped me pave the way to what I'm doing now. It's shown me there's different sides of music, you know. You can always put yourself in a box sometimes, but coming from a long lineage of people within the music industry has really helped shape who I am and helped me cultivate and craft exactly what my own thing is.
From the Midland Theater in Newark, Ohio, we bring you songs, singers, and their stories.
Jan Krist, you've won a number of awards as a performer and a folk writer, multiple Detroit Music Award winner and a two-time finalist in the Kerrville New Folk Awards. And what value do you see in awards? Are they? Do you feel that they further the genre themselves? Do you get too hung up on them, or?
I haven't really thought about it so much, but when I first started performing my own music, because I spent a long time playing clubs and doing cover tunes, and then I switched over and was doing all original music, and I was playing. I started going to the Arc in Ann Arbor, and I did some open mics, and Dave Sigland, who was running the Arc, said to me that he thought I should send a couple of my songs into Kerrville, and I'd never heard of it. And so I thought, well, Dave Sigland says it, I'm going to do what Dave says. So I ended up sending my songs into Kerrville, and I didn't win. I was really disappointed because I was thoroughly expecting the universe to just kind of somehow make up for the fact that I was getting divorced after 20 years. But that didn't work so great.
Well, we've had many Kerrville finalists and winners on Songs at the Center, and we're glad that we've now got another one in Jan Krist. Would you play us a song, please?
Yes. So this is another ongoing argument with the universe here. A more accurate maker would have been nice, might have cut once, measured twice, might have buried that bolt sticking out of your neck. Put a stronger heart in your fragile chest. You've got such lovely bones, such a weary mind. So you studied prose and elegant rhymes. Think of the world and all that you might find. Frankenstein. Like a plank that is set to fall. You're like an engine choking in spits and stalls. If only you'd had a kinder start, a bigger brain maybe, better parts. So you study Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, and you practice your steps with reverent care. Over and over you push that rewind, thinking maybe you'll get it this time. Frankenstein. But when you see through someone else's eyes, it kinda makes you grateful just to be alive. And the night is a cocktail of regret and good intention, so you drink to your father, the mother of invention. You feel the pull of gravity underneath your bed, and you stare at the clouds and the stars overhead, and you let go the ache, let go the hurt, feel yourself rising high above the earth into the mystery that won't be defined with a hope you cannot resign. Frankenstein.
Jan, Krist, thank you.
People will tell you that they really identified with a lyric, or they really identified with a situation in your lyric. And I really think that you have to find the universal place, not put too much of your own furniture in the music. Leave the room empty enough that other people can see themselves in it, and give them a chance to find their life in your life, and their experiences in your experience.
This episode of Songs at the Center comes to you from the beautifully restored 1928 Midland Theater in Newark, Ohio.
Welcome, Carly Fratianne.
Thank you.
So when you put your first EP out, you did it under the name of Souther. And I want to ask you about that. Did you feel more comfortable doing it under the name that became the name of your band, or was that intentional? Because sometimes we kind of want to hide. You know, we'd all kind of like to have a pseudonym.
I guess there was probably a little bit of that in there, a little bit of trying to rebrand. But I really had done all that work with the intent of fleshing out a live set with a band, and I hadn't met any of the current members of Souther at the time.
Well, songwriting, turning a song into something that's played live with a band or recorded, is an interesting process because the writing of it is so often done in solitude, and it's a very private thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, music turns into a collaborative thing. All of a sudden, you've got other musicians that are hearing different things. Sometimes that adds to it, and sometimes they miss the point. And particularly in the studio. How do you feel, or how do you experience that moment when you've written something in solitude and all of a sudden you turn it over? What's that feel like for you, and how do you approach that?
That it can feel amazing and terrible. I try and approach it with a cautious optimism because I always want it to be a collaborative experience when I'm bringing what I have into the room with other people, with the end goal of us all meshing what we have together. in a way that sounds good and is fun for everyone. But I also have a duty to the creative vision that I had originally for the song, and I have to try and ensure that I'm following as closely to that as I can while still being diplomatic and fostering creativity with the other individuals.
Well, let's hear a song from you. Maybe one of the ones that people used to hear upstairs and now the whole country's going to hear.
All right, I'm going to play a tune that was very much an acoustic song, and I had quite a bit of inhibition surrounding bringing it into the band because I just wasn't sure what it was meant to be, and then it wound up being a really serendipitous meeting of the minds. It's called Careless. These days so foolish I've been to let you toe the line. You look so tired, oh baby, you're so tired. So hold me close for one more night. Lock the door and kill the lights. And when you go, don't say goodbye. Just leave me where I lie. And please, oh darling, darling, don't you come back to me. I'll beg and plead, but darling, darling, don't you come back to me. Well, don't you come back to me. Sorry, baby, we're so kind. It's something awful when we died. Don't call me now, I need some time to remember I'm alive. 'Cause you're the one I'd hope to find, but you're on your own time. Baby, so am I, so please, oh darling, darling, don't you come back to me. I'll beg and plead, but darling, darling, don't you come back to me. Oh, don't you come back to me. I'm begging, plead, but darling, don't you ever come back to me. Please, oh darling, darling, don't you come back to me. I'll beg and plead, but darling, don't you ever come back to me. Don't you come back to me.
Carly Fratianne, thank you.
When people listen to the music that I make, I hope that there's something in there that they can identify with. I'm sure it's what every artist wants. It's almost like a safety in numbers, where I'm looking for something to resound with the world in the way that the world is resounding with me.
Today, Songs at the Center travels to Newark, Ohio, the county seat of Licking County.
Timothy Paul.
This song is called Bring Love Back.
You don't know what to say. Sometimes you think it wouldn't matter anyway. It's just how you feel, like you're alone in this world. Waking up each morning a sad, lonely girl. I'm not the best at saying the right thing. Most times my pride gets the best of me. I'm sure I've said things I regret, but I'll keep trying with every chance I get. We wanted to work and we want to try, but you say we need to give it more time. And fighting for us feels like a losing war. Do we really know what we're fighting for? We're dying aside to get it right. We're running out of breath to stay alive. We're slipping away and we can't be safe. And all I want is to bring love back. We say we'll find a way, but maybe we just need to take a break. Do we really know what we stand to lose? How can I go on without you? We wanted to work and we want to try, but you say we need to give it more time. And fighting for us feels like a losing war. Do we really know what we're fighting for? We're dying aside to get it right. We're running out of breath to stay alive. We're slipping away and we can't be safe. And all I want is to bring love back. Bring love
Thank you for being with us from the Midland Theater in Newark, Ohio. I'm Gnezda. We hope that you'll tune in to public television stations all across America where you'll always find Songs at the Center. We'll see you next time.
Funding for Songs at the Center provided by Jobs Ohio.
Ohioans take flight.
That's one small step for man.
When innovation is in your DNA, the possibilities are sky high. Ohio, a place to live, learn, work, innovate, play, and fly.
Additional funding provided by The Ohio State University, James Cancer Hospital, and Solove Research Institute. No two people are exactly alike, and neither are their cancers. At the James, we believe there is no routine cancer. Learn more at cancer.osu.edu/cancer. Learn more about Songs at the Center at songsatthecenter.tv.